You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, I have got your early edition spoilers for January 6th through the 10th. We're going to see Ridge doing some backtracking and Luna being unleashed. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you are not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. And as we always do on early spoilers day, we're going to talk about what's happening the last couple of episodes this week, just to set up everything for next week. With that in mind, Thursday, January 2nd, we are going to pick back up with that rooftop confrontation where Remy has chased Electra all over and they're on the roof, which is obviously the roof of the Forrester Creations building on the studio set. I saw a lot of people in comments asking, why didn't she just run back down into the crowded restaurant? Why would she run into this area? Anyway, that's what they've given us. And a lot of people think that they're kind of redoing that rooftop thing with Thomas and Liam from a few years ago with Hope, if you remember. So we're going to have Remy definitely thinking that he is the one saving Electra from Will. And of course, Electra called Will to let him know that Remy's the bad guy. So Will is trying to save Electra from this guy. They are going to go all out to save Electra. And I just wonder if one of them is going to go over the railing. If so, if it is Remy, I wonder if we might see Electra or Will accused. I'd be happy if they shoved him over and he splattered and that was the end of the storyline, but that would be super duper fast for them to end something. And as we know, people fall off stuff on Bold and they do not die, like when Brooke shoved Thomas. Remember, she stiff harmed him over a cliff and he lived. Quinn pushed Deacon off a cliff. He came back a week later covered in seaweed, really pissed off, very much alive. Bill has shoved Sheila off of a balcony. I think Bill was shoved off a balcony by Ridge and Thorne. So odds are, if anyone goes over the balcony, they are going to survive. We also have an undated spoiler that may be happening Thursday, where Brooke is talking to Ridge and she's out at the Forrester mansion and she's insisting to him that she knows that Forrester belongs to him and promises to get it back into his hands. She wants to make it very clear she is still Team Ridge. Then on Friday, January 3rd, we've got Bill hitting Luna with some strict rules. So on the most recent episode, Luna begged him to get her out of there, and then all of a sudden she's unshackled and just tossed out the back door of the prison, like into a loading dock area. And there's Bill all backlit. Unless this was a dream, which, is possible. We know they play tricks like that, but unless it was a dream, Bill somehow got Luna out in some sort of dodgy way. I do think he actually got her out just because of the spoiler for Friday that says Bill has some strict rules for Luna, which would be very strange if she was dreaming. So he's an influential guy, but she's a double murderer. So I hope Bold actually tries to make this make sense. Another undated spoiler with Steffi talking to her mom, Taylor, asking if she is worried about what Brooke might do. And of course, Taylor is quite concerned that Brooke is going to try and win Ridge back. Well, of course she is. All right, going into the week of January 6th through the 10th, we are going to have fallout and aftershocks from Remy and Will's rooftop brawl over Electra. The good news is people at Forrester Creations know that Electra didn't do these photos. And it was kind of interesting to hear Katie change her story, basically saying that, even if she had decided to pose like that, it's her personal life. We just can't risk Forrester Creations right now. It was all very weird. So her firing is going to be undone, presuming she survives. And I do assume she survived because she is on contract. Hopefully, Will and Electra will both come out of this unscathed. And if Remy survives and, does one of the typical horror movie things where the villain falls, but then you go down and the body's gone, Electra is going to continue to be scared of and haunted by him, but he's not going anywhere. He's still filming. So everybody is going to survive this. So there's going to be plenty more drama where those three are concerned, if that's the storyline that you're interested in. And Brooke has vowed to Ridge to get Forrester Creations back into his hands. So now she has to find a way to make it happen. And remember, she told Zende she has that big plan, which is to ask Carter to give it back. So she's going to be looking for a way, a convenient moment to ask him to, just completely undo what he did. Steffi's going to be really angry if after this conversation with Brooke, we see Ridge backtracking on the whole thing and defending Brooke. And if he says, oh no, she's not a traitor, Steffi's not going to believe that. If Ridge goes to Eric with that and tells him about Brooke's statement that she is trying to get the company back, I definitely think Eric will believe it. He'll want to believe it. He's always Team Brooke, and he was completely stunned by her betrayal. Steffi is going to be livid at her dad if he gives Brooke any oxygen on this. I really am not against you. And of course, we all know she's not, but Steffi's never going to believe that. Carter and Hope are pushing forward with their big plans for Forrester Creation with no idea that Brooke is looking for a weak spot to get in and leverage it and try to turn this whole thing around. And the question is, would she betray her daughter? Because she thinks that she can just simply talk Carter out of this, but I think we all know that it's not going to go that way. And if she tried to suggest it, I think that Hope would probably get very upset at her mom, because right now she thinks that her mom is totally on board with them. So lots of Logan family drama ahead, and we're going to find out next week whether Bill is playing some twisted game with Luna or whether she is trying to play some twisted game with him. And Taylor had Ridge almost in her grasp again, but if Brooke is persuasive enough and if she can sell that destiny to Ridge, it may be too late already for Taylor to get any further with him. And if her heart's broken again, I know Steffi is going to be furious at both Ridge and Brooke next week.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.